Hi everybody, I got this in the mail just now and I'm just gonna film the unboxing and I will probably come back and talk about the product some more later, like in a later clip. But I just wanted to do an initial opening here and see what I got. This is from Makers South, and this is a custom order. Let's see. Yay. Okay. Take out the paper. Okay, so I have been needing a cover that will fit this. This is my Moleskine Expanded Notebook, and it's a big guy now. So I had this made to some specific dimensions to hopefully handle this guy. So get a sticker and the card, and let's open this guy. Okay. Oh my goodness. So let's just open it and then we can talk about it later. It feels like really floppy and squishy. Oh my gosh. It never fails. I always get stupid excited when I open leather goods. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my gosh. Where's the paper at? Here we go. Okay. So this is Natural Tan Dublin, and it is Colonial Tan thread. Oh my gosh. This smells amazing. Oh, and it's a nice soft string. I've become a much bigger fan of the springier elastics. I think it was Sylvia from Write Your Life had said one time that she prefers these because it's so much gentler on the leather and it keeps it from like digging in and stuff. So yeah, I've learned to really love this. Oh my gosh. Wow, it is so smooth. Oh my gosh. Yay. So I just have really simple folio pockets. Obviously this is a folio. There are no traveler's notebook strings because it is only made to hold this guy and nothing else. So, moment of truth. We are going to try this guy in here. So this was actually made fairly tall to accommodate for the hardcover, and I was good with it that way with the extra length, because in the future, if I want to use a hardcover, I'd like to know that it fits in here. So, oh my gosh, I'm like so nervous. This is like the third cover that I have tried for this, or the third cover that I've gotten specifically for this, and this notebook has just outgrown everything that I have put it in. So that fits amazing like that. So is it going to close on it? Let's remove my big old paper clip. Oh my gosh, yay. Okay, so I can put the front cover in here even. Oh, I'm so excited. So that is gonna fit in perfectly. And it's soft cover, so you know it's gonna, oh my gosh. So I can pull it out the back even a little. The sizing on this is absolutely perfect. Oh my gosh. So there's just room in here, which is great. So it will obviously accommodate so much more bulk as I fill in this last bit at the end. And then the tabs are there and they have room and they are covered with the leather. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So yes, I am going to square this spine. This is what I always do. This leather is so thin. I love that. I mean, this book is already insanely heavy. So having a nice thin leather like this is something I was definitely looking for. So I will definitely be breaking this guy in. Oh, I love it so much. Oh gosh. Oh, this fits perfectly. I'm so excited. Yay. Okay, so I'm gonna just sit with this and then I will come back and talk more about it. Dude, I've been carrying this thing around with me in the house like a baby. So we know that's love. I'm really, really obsessed with this thing. It's been like 2 days, I think, since I've gotten it. Obviously, I have rolled this thing. This has so much awesome pull up. So I wanted to bring a lot of that out and it just, I mean, it takes it so well. I feel like it looks like a tree trunk now or something. So just to recap, this is the Natural Tan Dublin and it has Colonial Tan thread. So I added my little Iraville house. I love Ira and her artwork. So this was just some wrapping paper from this past Christmas 2018 and I just laminated it and I kind of just put it in whatever I'm currently in. So just to go through the details of this guy, the stitching is absolutely amazing as usual. I have this from Maker South. So these are the two that I already own. I got them both together. These are both the Sunset Oil Tan and it's the Havana Cigar thread. And these are just really basic folios. That's literally it. There's no closure, nothing else on it. And I bought both of these when I was using my notebooks in a way that didn't bulk up. It was just straight writing. So I haven't had a use for these lately. The way that I'm journaling now when I'm bulking up with tip-ins and all kinds of stuff, I really prefer an elastic closure. And so it's a rare instance that I have a need to use a folio like this. This one is currently in use. This is a standard size, by the way, like standard traveler's notebook size. And this is an A6. And I have this set up with the Hobonichi Weekly supplement and then an A6 Stalogy, and I'm actually using this to keep track of medical stuff for someone I'm taking care of. And I was previously in an A5 Slim Jibun Techo and I sized down to this, and it's just for record keeping, so it's straight writing. So this folio configuration is perfect for this, and I'm really in love with this and I'm glad I get to get some use out of it. So for this, I have the elastic closure so that it can handle the bulk in here and keep it closed and maintained. So the stitching on here is impeccable as always. It's so straight and I love this thick hardy thread that he uses. Crispian is the one behind Maker South, and I believe he's the one that makes all of the covers and other leather goods. There is the stamp, and For the front pocket, his style in particular, he doesn't go all the way down to the bottom there. And I don't mind that. It's just kind of an indication of his style. So just FYI. There are double stitches at all of the important places that need reinforcement. So here, and then it's sealed right there. Very nicely done, really nice and flat and inconspicuous. And I've always admired that in his work. So this is a very thin leather, but it does have structure to it, which I really love. So what I have here, this is a Taroko design. It was an A5, and I just trimmed off a little bit of the edge. It's just a pencil board, and I've stuck it in here, and I'll show you why. When I put my notebook in, the sizing of this is absolute perfection. So it can go all the way in to the edge, but I don't want it that way because the measurements I picked for this was enough to allow coverage for all of these tabs and for when these pages are pushing out like they are with the bulk there. So I like to keep it a bit out like this, and then it just kind of evens out the edges here and allows for coverage of all of these tabs and everything. So when I have the elastic on, the elastic does not sit on any of the tabs or anything like that. So I adore the dimensions of this cover. But because the leather is a bit more pliable, the string is going to kind of bend in on the leather there, which is not a big deal. It will totally just bend in like this, which is a look I really love. So it will just hug everything, and love that. But what I decided to try was to put my pencil board all the way in the back here. And what that does, when I get it all the way to the edge here, it just provides a little bit of extra structure and stability to this leather edge here. So it's just a little, like a little hack to kind of give a little more structure for when the elastic is on the leather there. So it just kind of keeps it up. And because this part has 3 layers of leather, it kind of just stays on its own. It doesn't need any extra reinforcement. And one thing about Maker South that I particularly love is they keep their edges raw. And I noticed that with this, and they don't have any like glue to keep the layers together. And I've had issues with glue in the past from other notebooks, not by Maker South. And the glue like peeking out and looking a little bit messy. And because the edges are raw, I don't know, I just kind of like that there's no extra adhesive or anything. It's just the stitching, and the stitching does a really amazing job. And I feel like the Maker South line is very, very rugged and raw, but just clean as well. So I like all the choices that have been made in the making of these products. So I am really, really pleased with this. And so the way that I ordered this, I filled out the custom order form that's on the website because none of the design your own options had what I needed. So it's easy enough to just go to that custom order form on the website and fill it out and just explain what you need. So the sizing of this, let me pull out the other covers. Okay, so this is the one from Decal, and this is the one from Chic Sparrow. And I got both of these with the intention of having them cover my Moleskine Expanded Notebook. So first of all, my notebook outgrew both of these. So the measurements on these, the Decal was the smallest. So these will both fit the Moleskine Expanded before it's bulked up. So pretty much when it's brand new, they fit like a glove in both of these. And I'm new to bulking up my journal with ephemera and all of that stuff. So I didn't account for the size of the notebook as it grew. So I've learned my lesson. So this one is slightly under 12 inches. And then the Chic Sparrow, this is a wide size, is exactly 12 inches. So this one was a little bit bigger. So, you know, this one was outgrown quite quickly, and then the Chic Sparrow. So then I had the issue of trying to decide how wide I wanted my notebook cut from Maker South. So I ultimately decided to go with 12.75 inches, and I kept waffling between 12.5 and 12.75. And so I ultimately landed on 12.75 because I'd rather have it a little bit bigger than to be too small yet again. So I am really happy that I decided on that, because there's this point where when there's extra room, there's a point where I feel like it's too much and I will deem the notebook not fitting well in it, and I won't want to use the cover. So luckily, the 12.75 happened to be just perfect for what I was looking for. So I'm really happy I decided on that. So when I was emailing, or when I filled out the order form on the Maker South website, I just told Crispian that I wanted it 12.75 inches when laid flat, measured left to right, and then he made it 9 inches tall. And this is just your standard 8.25 inches that A5 standard and Moleskine Cahier size. That's pretty much the height of all of those sizes. So he made it 9 inches to accommodate for a hardcover book. And I just allowed that because I decided if I'm going to use a hardcover, I'd like to know that it fits in here. And those are the measurements that this leather cover is. And just to play around here, because while this cover is made for this particular notebook, it does fit some other things. So let me grab those notebooks. All right, I've got my notebooks here that I'm going to try. Obviously, this is going to fit any Moleskine Cahier size. So it's just going to depend on how much extra room you are okay with. So this is just a regular Moleskine Cahier insert, the really common kind. So that fits in there, and there's a lot of extra room. So this is another like 5 inches across Cahier size. This is a, oh my gosh, it's so gross, but it's Public Supply. My brother got this for me at the Starbucks Roastery in Seattle. So something like this will fit in here as well. You know, so you can see how much extra room is in there. So this is probably not how I would use this leather cover. There's just too much extra for my liking, too much extra room. Oh my gosh. This is a velvet cover, so it picks up everything. That's insane. So these wouldn't be an option for me personally. So this is the Exceed notebook from Walmart, and this is 5 inches across as well. It's pretty thick, and this is hardcover. So this actually fits perfectly in here. So I'm really glad, because this wasn't fitting into anything that I already owned, except for the Chic Sparrow, because, you know, I could put it on the strings, but I don't like doing that. So this does not fit in the Decal cover. So with the extra space that Crispian made, this fits perfectly, and you can see there's a lot of extra space in here. And I'm thinking that's okay in particular for this, because this will bulk up a ton. So I'm gonna wait and see if this is something I want to use in this cover or not. But where I would definitely use this again would be for these thinner A5 inserts. So this is an A5 Tomoe River paper insert, and I believe this is from Taroko Shop on Etsy. So it's the kind that has the really flimsy cover. So this is true A5 size. It's like 5.8 inches across. Let me double check. Yeah, so this is a true A5 size, and I really, really like this because I'm not in traveler's notebooks, really, not for my journal at least. And if I was going to work in an insert like this, I would just want one. I would just want the one I'm currently working in. I wouldn't want a whole traveler's notebook full of inserts like this, because I'm only going to work in them one at a time. So this fits beautifully in here. I love how this sits in there, and I would totally use this like that and just work in the one insert. I love that. I love how that is. So I've had this insert for over a year now. It's been a little while. So I would definitely use this in here. I love the fit of it. As we get thicker, it starts getting a little skewed for my liking. So this is the Avec, the Hobonichi Avec, and I just have a clear cover on it. This is a Midori MD clear cover, which the books with clear covers will fit in here because of the extra height that he made it. So this will have to be all the way to the edge, and it fits wonky for me. Just with this thickness, it's not going to cover the front very well, and then as this bulks up, it's just not going to sit nicely at all. So I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the thin traveler's notebook inserts that I'm going to use in here. So this is just a regular Midori MD insert, the A5 size, and it fits nice, but it's still like, you see how it's tall, it's like sticking out more right here, and yeah, I don't like that. That's gonna bother me, and as this bulks up, it's just gonna get worse, and you can see how the back sticks out a little bit more. So yeah, so definitely I'm just gonna use the thinner inserts. This was an A5 insert I got from Amazon, and it was over a year ago. I was actually bullet journaling in these, and it said it was A5, but it's actually just slightly over 5.5 inches. So it's a little weird of a size. So it's not like a full A5 size, but it's still bigger than the Moleskine Kaye size, which is weird. But these fit awesome in here too. So these are thicker than the Tomoe River paper insert from Taroko Shop, but because they're slightly less wide, they fit in here really nicely. So I could potentially use these in here too and be quite satisfied. So yeah, so they fit some other things, but most importantly, they fit my ginormous Moleskine Expanded. So that is everything about this guy. Oh, got it here. Put this back in here. I just kind of like how that works in there. So all in all, I am really happy that I finally have a cover that works for this notebook. And there's nothing like getting a perfect cover while you're trying to finish up a notebook to kind of reinvigorate you to finish the notebook. So it's just reignited my love of being in this thick notebook again. So I'm really happy about that. Thank you to Crispian and his team for making me something really beautiful and something that really works. It's always a toss-up when you're ordering something custom and you're just kind of crossing your fingers hoping that it's going to work out for what you need. So let me know if you have any questions about getting a custom order done or anything like that. And let me know if you have found the perfect cover for your Moleskine Expanded, because it is crazy trying to get clothes for this thing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.